Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 will take us to the 17th of February, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe on a couple of weeks, have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for March, and I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first, video sales at 6 AM UK weather forecast, and also released GMA Friday as well. Check out those two bids if you'd like to do that. Like, share, subscribe on all today's videos and content. Thanks so everyone for doing that. We're going to be live with channel members at 7 PM this evening. So if you're a channel member, check into your February channel member live stream at 7 PM. I shall see you a little bit later on for that one. Not sure if we're doing pub run live tonight or not. My eyes are flared up. That's the reason I'm not on camera. So I'll let everybody know on the socials and that when I've done the channel member stream what's happening with pub run live today. Right, okay, let's start off with the latest word from that from knowleschool.net, showing that we are bringing in an easterly flow today. We've got high pressure up over Scandinavia, and we're bringing the wind around from an easterly direction. The east actually originates from Eastern Europe and even into Russia, but it's not particularly cold easterly. It does feel cold, don't get me wrong. When you go outside, it will be an icy wind, but for an easterly in February, it's not that cold. But anyway, we have got a Scandinavian high now, and we have got an easterly wind. Central temperature has dropped to 5.3, that is 1.5 degrees above the 61 to 90 average, and it's provisional to yesterday to the 6th of February. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at Norwich today, the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Norwich. We're starting off below average with the upper air temperatures at the moment. They're going to be lifting up to be closer to normal in the next few days. However, we will still be bringing in a cold continental flow for a lot of the time. So it's going to remain pretty chilly and often quite cold. But as we get in towards the second half of February, we have a lot of scatter, so we've got milder ensemble members up here, but we've got significantly colder ensemble members down there, and the GFS ensembles have shifted, I think, in a colder direction, to be honest, over the past 2 or 3 ensemble runs. You'll notice the thick green line, which is the 6Z operational run. That's on the milder side of things, but then the control, which is this big blue line, that's on the colder side of things again as well. I think there's definitely more colder GFS runs there than we were seeing yesterday, telling us that there remains cold potential into the second half of February, and it remains a very uncertain picture, to be honest. Precipitation-wise, sorry everyone, precipitation-wise, there will be a showery burst really from beginning to end on the ensemble graph. So starting off on the 7th, ending up about the 23rd. There will be, wintry potential with some of those ensemble members as well. In fact, we can have a look at snow row. And perhaps the greatest snow potential for Norwich coming in around the 15th to the 17th of February. That period just there, we do see some largish snow spikes. Not all that many of them, to be honest, but there could be some further wintry potential as we're going through this February. We'll need to keep an eye on things on a day-by-day basis, I think. Temperature anomalies for the next 5 days coming out colder than average, especially so in more western regions in the 6 to 10 day time frame. Also coming out colder than average as well. That gets us up to the 17th of February. And precipitation anomalies in the 1 to 7 day time frame, getting us to the 14th of February. Valentine's Day, coming out drier than average in the west and in the northwest, but near normal precipitation for more southern and eastern regions. Right, let's start going through the all-important chart data then. So this is our latest UK Met Euro run. It's looking for midnight on Monday with a Scandinavian high and winds remaining from an easterly direction. In fact, we will pull in some colder air from the east, I think, through the early part of next week. We go rather more southeasterly patch towards Wednesday, but then the high pressure re-strengthening again to the northeast. So that's as far as we get to with the UK Met Euro run. Gets us to midnight on Friday, 14th of February, and it looks like we're about to renew the Scandinavian high and the blocking and bring colder air back in from the east again, if anything, with that. So quite cold and wintry to end the UK Met there. Icon again with high pressure towards Scandinavia, winds coming in from the east on Monday, still with those easterly winds into Tuesday as well. Wednesday sees the flow going rather more slack, and then low pressure starts coming in from off the Atlantic into that blocking area of high pressure. So by the time we get through to the end of Icon, gets us to next Friday, 14th of February again, that's very much battle lines drawn, I think, with high pressure to the north and the east. Low pressure is out to the west, and, you know, we are still quite cold with the upper air temperatures away from the far south anyway. There is the potential for snow, I think, with that, especially if this low pressure, you know, stalls as it comes up against that block. So battle lines drawn by the end of Icon. This is how the KMA is looking again. We've got that easterly wind through the country at the end of the weekend into early next week. Sorry much more, everyone. Backing more towards a southeasterly around the middle part of the week. But then probably bring some colder air back in again towards the end of the week and into the weekend of the 15th or 16th of February. So that's looking like an extended spell of cold weather. We have got bitterly cold air sitting across many parts of Europe as well, by the way, as we're moving up towards day 10. So, very cold, wintry generally, I think, with that KMA run. Gets us to 288 hours. Maybe a hint of something a bit milder, trying to get in from off the Atlantic there by the 19th of February. But overall, the KMA looking cold and wintry. Right, okay, let's have a look at GFS 6Z. Again, the winds are coming in from the east on Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday. Things start to go a bit slacker, I suppose, and slightly more of a southeasterly flow coming through. The end of next week tries to bring back an easterly again, but the GFS still struggling with this blocking and these easterly winds. That's how we look as we get to day 10, with high pressure away to the east, low pressure out to the west, and bringing up some sort of a southerly type flow then. However, in the more extended range, the high pressure around Scandinavia re-intensifies again, and we have another go at bringing some much colder air in from the east, and we've got bitterly cold air there sitting across most parts of Europe, and we actually do pull that off with the GFS midnight run. We bring in some bitterly cold air from the east with my 10 cells iceberg flooding across the country there, and that will be bringing lots of snow showers into the south and the east as well. And then it stays cold and wintry generally up to the end of the GFS midnight run. Gets us 23rd of February when again got my 10 cells iceberg across England and Wales, so continuing to look bitterly cold up to the end of that GFS run. Takes a long while to get there, but it does eventually get there. Just shy of what I would classify as a beast from the east, but certainly very cold and wintry. GFS 6Z looks like this in comparison. Winds coming in from the east again on Monday, and then into Tuesday and Wednesday, all rather slack, and the wind beginning to try and back round to more of a southeasterly. Then lower pressure starts heading in from off the continent around days 8, 9 and 10. So milder and rather wetter with low pressure out to the west. High pressure then continues to sit to our east and our northeast, with lower pressure coming in from off the Atlantic, and we eventually set up like a battleground, so a little bit like Icon, but later, takes longer to get there. This is Saturday 22nd of February, nearly at the end of GFS 6Z, but heights are rising again over Scandinavia, with low pressure sort of stalling over top of the country. The very end of GFS 6Z actually has a Scandinavian high winning the battle and started to pull the wind around to the east. Lots of cold air sitting across northern and eastern Europe, looking a little bit poised, I have to say, if we were to start bringing in those easterly winds. All interesting chart data today, isn't it? If you're enjoying the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let's know think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to me. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. We only put around 5 subscribers to get to 19.5k, by the way. We are very, very close now to 19,500 subscribers. So if you could give us a sub, that'd be absolutely incredible. Let's get to 19.5k. Thank you so much, everyone. Right, GM, again with high pressure blocking around Scandinavia on Monday. Winds are coming in from the east. Then the wind sort of shifts back round for a southeasterly for the middle part of next week before the high pressure block sort of intensifies again from Greenland to Scandinavia. And the wind goes back into the east later next week and into the weekend of the 15th and 16th of February. We're looking cold with winds coming in generally from an easterly direction. Day 10, again, hint of battle lines drawn, blocking areas, high pressure to the northeast, low pressure trying to come in from off the Atlantic. It's the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Which way would that go? There is the potential there for a snow event if this low pressure stalls against the block to the north and to the east. And then the ECM rounds it all off with a wind again in from the east on Monday. Easy winds maintained for Tuesday and Wednesday. Even into Thursday and Friday, actually, stays quite cold, especially so for more eastern regions. And even into like the following weekend, this is the 16th of February, Sunday the 16th of February, looking cold, wintry there. So generally cold up to day 10 with the ECM, the Atlantic making little inroads. Don't think there'd be much snow with the ECM, to be honest, but so it looks mostly dry, but it would be cold for much of the time. And even beyond day 10, actually looking quite cold and continental anyway with the flow. Towards the end of the ECM run, perhaps hinting at something a bit milder, started to edge in from off the Atlantic. But even then, there's a bit of a hint of a Scandinavian high to our northeast. I think today's model output has definitely upgraded the extent of the longevity of the cold. Anyway, maybe not the severity, but I think the longevity of the cold is being extended now. Quite interesting. Right, this is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Showery rain, a little bit of sleet and snow mixed in over the next couple of days. Mostly dry into the early part of next week, though. And just generally keeping it quite dry all the way up towards day 10, to be honest. So mostly dry but cold with the ECM up to day 10. And this is the option on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10. From the Isolate Met Office gets us to 17th of February. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles, all of them, the blocking high between Greenland and Scandinavia. Low pressure is to the south, and winds are coming in from an east or southeasterly direction. So that should keep things cold up to day 10 there. And then in 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we got. Gets us 22nd of February. Again, 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles, all of them taking a high pressure. So, sorry, everyone, taking the high pressure more towards the Canadian side of Greenland and bringing low pressure in from off the Atlantic. So that's turning more unsettled and milder as we get towards the 22nd of February. That's a very long way out, though, 2 weeks away, so not necessarily take that overly seriously. But that, it's a strong signal because all members of the ECM ensembles are going in that direction. So we'll see, but I think we've got at least a couple of weeks of quite cold weather to come, though. Okay, so CFS V2 finally for March. This is the latest 700 millibar height anomaly. Remember, these do change daily. Today's idea is a high pressure be reaching up from the Azores into West Europe, low pressure up towards Greenland, Iceland, and winds in from the southwest. So that will be a mild March, of course, with above average temperatures. It's a CFS, isn't it? So it's got to be mild. Precipitation wise, dry on average just to our south, wet on average to our north. north. We'll see about that. I think we've got a lot to contend ourselves with and sort out for the next week or couple of weeks. Never mind next month. So let's wait and see where things are going. All very interesting though, isn't it? Right, so if you enjoyed the video, then please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to. And we thank you so much everyone for doing that. Thank you so much everyone. I said around 5 subscribers will get us to 19.5 days. We're so close, 19,500 subscribers now. Please give us a sub and thanks so much for doing that. Right, so we've got the channel member live stream coming up at 7 PM. You're a channel member and you know you're free at 7. Then check in to your channel member live stream. I shall see if that one pub run live. I'll let everybody know on my socials after I do the channel members live stream whether we're going to do a pub run live. I would like to do a pub run live tonight, but I say the eyes have flared up a little bit, so 2 live streams, you know, in one evening might be a little bit too much. But I'll let everybody know anyway on the socials later on. And then tomorrow we're going to have a 6 AM UK weather forecast. We're going to have weekend broadcast. There'll be the ECM 42 day, and of course there'll be a 10 to 14 day with all of the regular features, bringing you up to date with all of the latest on the cold spell. You enjoy the rest of your Friday afternoon, though, and for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.